Everybody needs a...
Well, hello there. This, my friends, is episode 7 of the Philips Hue Podcast. My name's Adam. Graham, say who you are.
Yep. My name's Graham.
Well, you are joking, right? That's not your recording, is it?
What do you mean? Yeah, of course it's my recording.
Graham, it sounds like you're in a church.
No, I'm just in my new flat, aren't I? In the Netherlands.
But why does it sound like that? It sounds like there's nothing in the room.
Well, there isn't. I've just moved in, haven't I? There's no furniture here.
Unbelievable. We're recording a podcast. You can't sound like that.
It's fine.
No, seriously, get some furniture in that room. Fill it out a bit, just so that the next episode doesn't sound like this.
Yeah, will do, but all in good time. First, I've got to get some doors.
What do you mean, doors? What doors?
You know, the big pieces of wood with handles on them. They let you go into other rooms, or stop you going.
Yeah, I know what a door is, Graham.
Oh, yeah.
But what door? The front door? The back door?
All of them.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you've got no doors in your new apartment?
I know. I'll get them. I'll get me some doors.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the... what do you call it?
Oh,
you know, when you say the Patreon people and thank them.
This week, we would like to thank our supporters. Supporter, Colin.
No, he's not a supporter anymore.
What? Of course he is. It's Colin, isn't it?
No, he's not signed up for this month.
Why? What? Why hasn't Colin signed up?
I don't know. It just said other reason, but it didn't say what the other reason was.
Are you joking, Graham? Is it? Are you, like, seriously? Colin...
Yeah, he didn't sign up for this month.
But why? What did we do wrong?
I don't know. Maybe his credit card got cancelled or expired, or maybe he's just having a really difficult month and just financially can't afford it.
No, it's not that. There's something going on here. He's upset about something.
But what did we do?
I don't know. Like, Colin, if you're listening, like, come on, what's going on? Just, why have you left? Like, come on, just come back.
Oh, we've got no Patreons now, have we?
Does that mean that no one's listening to this, then?
No, I see people downloading it, but they just don't pay for it.
Thieving scum.
Yeah, I know, it only costs $5 to join Bright Club.
Yep, price of a coffee.
Sooner or later, Adam, we won't be able to pay for the bills, will we?
Yep, we won't be able to keep the lights on, that's for sure.
Our Hue Lights.
Yep, we did that gag in episode 2, Graham.
If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club.
Yeah, okay. So, Graham, have you got any new Hue Lights for your new apartment?
No, I don't even have doors yet, do I? Why would I have Hue Lights?
What, so you just have the boring yellow ones?
Oh, it's fine. You know, you just turn them on and you can see things.
Oh, that's not very ambitious, is it, Graham? Imagine Steve Jobs getting up on a...
Stop going on about Steve Jobs. This isn't 2003, Adam.
It was 2007, actually.
Oh, he's not all that, is he? Someone else would have come up with the same idea a few years later, wouldn't they?
No, absolutely not. If it wasn't for Steve Jobs, we would still be using, cell phones.
What?
Like the flappy ones.
Okay. Are you okay, Adam?
Yeah, I just don't like it when you talk down about Steve Jobs.
You know Steve Jobs, right?
Can we stop talking about Steve Jobs?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
So, Graham, got a Hue gradient.
What's a hue gradient? What's funny? Go on, tell me, what is a hue gradient?
It's only one of their most successful products, Graham.
I don't know it, do I? I don't really follow this stuff.
Well, perhaps it's time you start following, Graham. You're on the Philips Hue podcast after all.
But you said it would be better chemistry if one person is really into this stuff and the other isn't.
No, that was for the other podcast idea, Jaws Calls, where we watched the entire movie series of Jaws, and you've never seen any of the Jaws films, whereas I've seen every single one multiple times.
To be honest, that sounds more fun than this podcast.
Maybe, but there's only 4 Jaws movies, Graham, so there'll only be 4 episodes.
You could put it in chunks.
I'll put you in chunks in a minute.
Are we going to mention that letter?
What letter? Oh, the letter from, that weird copyright letter from Christian Piani.
Yeah, that one.
Well, technically, if you want your letter read out on this show, you have to be part of the Hue crew, which Christian Piani is not.
Well, I certainly think it would make for good radio, TV, a podcast.
No, it's not worth it. It's not funny. It's just petty.
Yeah.
Oh, please take out that word Philips. You can't use our Philips. Oh, remove it from the podcast. No! Come on. Have a go. Sue me. See what happens, Philips.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen, Adam, is the podcast will just stop the podcast.
What are they even scared of? What's their issue?
The truth.
I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm praising them. They should...
They're idiots, Adam. They don't know a good thing when they see a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, Hue Lights... Do we have anything to talk about?
Certainly do. I've got a new Philips Hue dimmer switch.
Oh yeah? What does that do then?
Yeah, so it essentially allows you to switch on or off all the lights in the house via a switch on the wall.
I thought you got one of those ages ago.
Yeah, so funny story. My first Hue light was actually for my bathroom.
What? You got your first Hue light was in the bathroom?
Yeah, it just had this one bulb in there originally, and it was just way too bright and white.
Right.
Yeah, white. And it was just too in your face. So I wanted to get something, a bit more ambient, a bit more subtle. So that's where I actually started to look into Hue lights.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually got a Hue dimmer switch straight after getting my first Hue light.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you just want to go to the toilet in the middle of the night and I don't want to bring my phone with me. So I've got this switch on the wall that turns the light on or off. What I didn't realise, Graham, is that if you've got lots of Hue lights, it turns them all on and off, which is actually really useful.
Wow, yeah.
Especially when you're leaving the house, you can just, press a switch and it turns off all your Hue lights. Problem is that I had to go, up all the stairs every time I leave the house, go all the way to the bathroom to turn off all the lights, and then...
Why didn't you just move the switch near to the front door?
So the Hue dimmer switches, you stick them on the wall with adhesive tape, and I was just worried that, it's going to mess up my paint in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you got another one?
Yeah, got 2 now. Put one right near the front door. Really useful.
Oh, we've gone over the 9 minutes.
Okay. No, that was a good episode. We actually did talk quite a bit about Hue lights, so I thought. What about you, Graham? What is it?
I always get a bit anxious after the 9-minute mark, Adam.
Why? Oh, you feel like it's a abuse of trust or something?
Yeah, exactly. Like we've told people it's a 9-minute podcast, and then we're going over. It's almost like false advertising, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
Shall we just do the socials?
Yeah. So there's a Patreon. Check out the Patreon. Check out the stream. Oh, there isn't a stream, is there? What else is there? We don't do the email. So yeah, just check out the Patreon.
And where do I find the Patreon?
It's www.patreon.com/podcast, Hue Podcast, something like that.
Do you know what, Adam? I've never been able to find this link, even though I created it.
Oh, we never actually made one, did we? It's just for the purpose of this podcast we just made. We shouldn't talk about this here, should we? We'll just wrap up the show. We'll talk after. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, cheerio.
Okay, so yeah, that's finished recording. So yeah, we shouldn't actually talk about that on the actual show, should we, Graham? About the Patreon.
So I didn't make one.
No, we talked about this, didn't we? About there's not actually going to be an actual Patreon.
Maybe we should do one.
No, we're not going to do that, because then, you have to sort of really commit to it, don't you?
Oh, you mean, do a show every week?
Yeah, exactly. And, this episode, right, it took a few extra weeks. If we had the Patreon, you'd have, people going, oh, what's going on here? I paid for this month and I've not got enough episodes.
Yeah, but we'd still get more money than we do if we don't do a Patreon.
Yeah, and then there's tax, so you don't get all that money. And then you have to pay Patreon. It's not worth it, Graham.
So we just made it all up for comedy or something.
Yeah, I just felt that there was comedy potential there, right? Because, what if we did have a Patreon? That would be kind of a fun narrative to play around with.
Yeah, because if we did have a Patreon, Adam, we'd probably have, more 9 Patreons or something. That just wouldn't be as funny, would it, as just one?
Yeah, exactly. We get to control the narrative this way.
Have you had anyone actually ask if, where the Patreon link is so that they can join?
No. Not yet.
Oh.
So, how's life in the Netherlands, Graham?
Pretty good.
Have you got any Hue Lights?
You already asked me that, Adam, in the actual episode.
Oh yeah. But what did you say? You've got the yellow lights, don't you?
What's your issue with with lights that are a bit yellow?
I just find them gross now. Do you remember when we were kids and you'd go into someone's house and it would just all the walls would be yellow from the smoking? Even the cables in the room would be yellow, and it would just be that was just normal back then. But then as you grow and you become more experienced in life and the world evolves, you kind of get to that place where you go into someone's house and there's yellow walls and cables and you just think, oh my word, that's disgusting. How did we ever just think that was okay and normal? That's kind of how I feel now when, I walk into a room and there's one of those just old bulbs that have a slight soft yellow glow to them. Yeah, I just think, come on, we're better than this.
I guess I better get some Hue Lights before you come over, eh?
Thanks for the invite, but I do not want to be where you are right now.
What? The Netherlands?
Oh, the Netherlands. Okay, Graham. Okay. We all know where you really are, Graham, don't we?
Stop it! It's in our best interest